last time we talked. Yes, her name is Princess Fiona. She's absolutely amazing. And I got Charlie. She's in here with me. She's always in here. So
I don't think I've seen her yet, though. I just heard her on the podcast.
yeah. I'm sure she'll be headbutting the door, making her interest in here soon. So
Good.
he or she is absolutely gorgeous.
I got this guy every day at about 5 o'clock. He's like, I want something, and I don't know what. And he'll just like put his little paws just like this and give me a big old hug.
I love it. I love it, man.
Ball.
Animals,
Look at ball.
they're so good, and sometimes I feel like us humans, we don't deserve dogs.
Mm-mm.
You know,
They're my life now. They own me, and I don't care. The
I'm
other
the
one's
same
gonna
thing.
come up and get jealous in a second too. This is a huge wiener. Look at the size of this guy.
He's a
He's
big
massive.
boy.
And I
Yeah.
thought he was. Oh, you want to go down? You want to come up? Come on.
My
Oh.
turn.
Nope. What we got? Oh, we got both of them. Both of them want up. Yeah, they're my life. They're my future.
I love it.
So as the business grows, I want to buy land, and I want. This is my nether wiener, and he's a. What does he look like? Can't remember the name of that dog.
Yes, I know exactly.
Doberman. Doberman Pinscher
Yes,
wiener
yes.
dog. Yeah. So
He's beautiful.
Thank you. He's my rescue boy.
Yeah.
He was a Vallejo street dog. He was found in a field, all emaciated and a little badass. So every once in a while, he gets all Vallejo ghetto.
He gets a little ghetto on me sometimes. He's
I
like,
took
"Hey,
him to
mama,
his very
where my
first
food?"
track day, 9 months into having him. On Tuesday, we went to Laguna Seca, and he came out, and he didn't bite anyone. He bit me. I was trying to pull him away from another dog, but he was good to all the people, which is it's a really big step for him. Honestly, he used to lunge at people. He was a scaredy boy, so now he's really warming up, and it's just so odd. It's so rewarding seeing them get better and happier. Now, like when he walks, he's got this little like trot 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 to his step when he walks. So I have fallen in love with the big wieners. And I want to have, I want to buy some land, and I want to call it the Wiener Ranch, and I want to do a wiener rescue. And on that land, I mean, I don't know if any of this is really possible. It is my dream, though, is I want to have like a rehab facility so people can take their, because they usually have, there's a 25% chance that your dog can get IVDD, I think it's called. It's a back problem because their spines are so long and they can get paralyzed. So I want to have a little rehab facility that people can bring their paralyzed doggies to. And I already have some good friends who are vets. One of them you may know. And I was like, man, if you can come up here and like rent free, have your clinic, but just, help my little babies out. So I'm looking for some good acreage in the Santa Cruz area. We'll see. But I'm putting it out there in the universe.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love the idea, and it'll happen, my friend. That's what you got to do. That's what I do. Is I just put it out there and just let it fall where it may fall.
It's
Yep.
out been out there, so I'm waiting for somebody to be like, "Hey, I'll give you land for half the price." It's so expensive nowadays.
Yeah, it is. It's like everything else in life, super expensive. So yeah. Yeah, well, Leaky, listen, it's an absolute honor to sit back down with you. We have a lot to talk about. Yeah, I was gonna do a whole introduction, but we just kind of went into it.
In the Gas Podcast.
Let's go, right?
Intro.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it's an absolute honor to sit down with the Leaky Venomsports.com. Many of you know her. A lot of you wear her brands out there, which is absolutely amazing. One of the best in the world. Yeah, welcome back.
Thank you. I'm happy
You're
to be
welcome.
back.
I love it. I love it. I love
Hanging
it.
out with Mr. Chris.
I like the Moscow Mule Cup. I got one myself.
We got this from the Rider Appreciation Party that happened in January. I don't know if you heard about that. That was a pretty cool event.
I bet.
So the organizers put that together just as a general rider appreciation. And it was a fun dinner, and We all dressed up kind of, my Team Venom ended up dressing up like pimps and hoes.
Love it.
With these big chalices that were like trophies, and we were drinking out of those. It was hilarious.
Good times.
Had the big fur thing that you put over your neck.
That's what I
Yeah.
love about our beautiful circus, right? Us clowns can show up and have fun.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. A bunch of clowns showing up, being ridiculous. And it was fun that way.
Yeah,
But
it
that's why we love
is.
the community so much, because we're a bunch of delinquent weirdos that just love bikes.
And one thing that's an absolute fact. And one thing that I also love is the family you meet in our paddock, right? And people
Mhm.
want to help each other out all the time, no matter what, and see you thrive and succeed and drop your lap times or whatever goals you have. When you hit them, it's like, yeah, it's big family behind you, full of support. It's absolutely amazing.
I agree. I fully agree.
Yeah.
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 That's why
So
we're here. That's why we do what we do in this sport, right?
yeah, absolutely. It's yeah. Unfortunately, it's not doing so well right now, but we'll get into that here in a little bit. I want to talk about the whole Racer 411 fundraiser. That whole, yep, there you go. The whole thing, how fundraiser, what the fundraiser was about. Yeah, tell everybody, Racer 411, the fundraiser, how everything coming about, the outcome.
Well, I mean, it's so Racer 411, for anybody that doesn't know, it's a mentorship program that my good buddy Ant Lee from Tippin Racing and I started up. And we are currently situated in the CRA racing paddock, and CRA has heavily supported us in so many ways. Canopy tents, just, I mean, all sorts of support. But that doesn't mean we're tied. We had a little debut at AFM a few weeks ago as well, and that was great. Um, Honestly, what it is just, come pit with us. That's it. So there's a canopy. We have enough knowledge. We have enough people around to help a new racer out. But it's not just for new racers, it's also for all sorts of racers. I'm about to have an epic dog battle. I can hear it. It's forming, if you can hear it in the background. It's about to begin.
It's about to go
Uh,
down.
oh it's gonna happen.
It's happening.
Um, so I mean, we just love what we do. Anyone can pit. We have a number of racers that come and pit with us that have been racing for a while, but they usually just go pit with themselves, and they're like, "Well, it's kind of nice to join a team." So we have a really great supportive team environment. We have a number of some of the staff come and pit with us because it helps that we can take care of their warmers and that kind of stuff when they're out doing some of the things they need to do. And then the new racers that come in, and sometimes they come in and they stick with us and they don't leave. And that's okay too. We're just growing. It's fabulous. We love it. And so we've done a bunch of new things this year. We grew a little more. Gigi from CRA was like, "Hey, why don't you guys do something for the riders meeting in the morning on Saturday?" Or it's around noon on Saturday, with Racer 411. And we're like, that sounds like an amazing idea. So we have a slew of sponsors that are supporting the program. And last year we started to sponsor the 300 Super Sport class at CRA with the sponsors. So Dave Moss Tuning has a free remote suspension. Pardon the flea bag back there. And we've got Law Tigers with $100 gift certificates that we give away to anyone on the podium. Motion Pro, tire gauges, a whole bunch of stuff. Tie rocks, Snapjacks. They're little jacks that you put on your bike to lift up the rear tires so you can clean the chain. It's really cool. And so on and so forth. And I'm going to talk about all our sponsors at the end here. But so we thought, this is kind of cool. We can do all these giveaways. We can really help the paddock out in so many different ways. We send those cards, the card that you lifted up there a second ago, to anyone who might need a get well soon card, that kind of thing. And for the riders meeting, what we're doing now is we are asking people to send in nominations for anyone in the paddock who has really helped that rider out. So the rider puts in a nomination to anybody else that helped them out. So it could be their pit crew or another fellow rider that helped them out after a crash or something like that. And they send in the nominations. And at the riders meeting, we pull from a hat and start giving away those prizes. So the last time was a Dave Moss tuning suspension, and some blood lubricants and a Rebel Riders free massage. And it's fabulous, you know, like we get a chance to give back to the paddock. And there's a lot of reasons for it. First of all, we're just in a privileged position that we can do that sort of thing. But one of the things that we really wanted to focus on was promoting the camaraderie and the support. You know, I mean, if somebody's down, we've all been there. I mean, anybody who's listening to a motorcycle podcast probably understands this. If somebody's down, people will rally around you to help you out. You know, your stuff is going to get packed up. you're going to get phone calls, you know, there's going to be lots of support in the paddock to get you, you know, everything that you need to get done. And we just wanted to really emphasize that. And I've done these types of promos in the past on social media with some other companies where we're like, nominate someone else that has helped you out. And in all honesty, it doesn't gain a lot of traction. And I don't know why. I think part of it is because if you're not going to win the prize yourself, you're kind of like, and you kind of move on. But it's all just with an effort and a backstory to try to create more camaraderie in the paddock and create an environment that people can see and be like, we really like this environment. We want to spread this to the paddock we're at next time, and so on and so forth. So showing, you know, being able to highlight the people that have been so helpful in the paddock for me has been really rewarding. And I'm sure it's really rewarding for those people as well. Because there's some real gems out there that have like rebuilt motors until 2:00 in the morning and it's not even their motor. You know, that sort of stuff. And it's just fabulous.
He even agrees. He agrees, right? Like,
Yeah,
we're all in agreement on
hell
this.
yeah.
You're right. That's what I love, and that's why I always call it our beautiful circus, right? It's the people you meet that they'll stay up till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, giving it their all to just so you can be back out and maybe even beat them the next day on the track, right? It's
Yes.
right. So it's it's
so much of that.
Yeah, it's you know, it's hard to explain to people that haven't peeped inside our beautiful circus curtain and come along for the ride. I encourage everybody they should go out and at least do a track day, show up, have fun, get out there. One thing I'd like to see more too of is like our local dealerships talking about track days.
We have been seeing a little bit of that over in the NorCal area.
Yeah, not here in Virginia.
Partnering with the track days and having bike nights where the track day people would come out. Yeah, I'm seeing that. It's effective, by the way.
Absolutely, it is, right? Yeah, that's something I want to do here too. I've talked to a couple of dealerships; they don't really seem too keen on it for some reason. I don't know. Still work to do on that front. But the Racer 401 program and what you guys are doing and giving back to the paddock is huge, right? We need more people like you in the Racer 401 program out across the whole United States. It makes people feel like they're actually part of the family because they are, but they have a home, right? And they can depend on everybody. And if somebody needs a hand, everybody just jumps all in, like you said earlier. And it's actually really beautiful to see it all come together,
Yeah, well, the givers generally also don't know how to ask for help. So, and that would be me. And I really felt that love back at the last race because I fell down and I went boom boom. And Antley fell down. He went boom boom too, by the way. I don't know if you know that.
I do. I seen it. He said he put it on my pin the gas on Facebook.
The little bike paddock was depleted very quickly by Sunday morning. I don't know what. It was 103-degree weekend. It was hot as hell. So that attributed to or contributed to some some overheating and some mechanical issues. But we also had 5 riders crash out, including Antley. So there was a 300 rider and a bunch of 400 riders. So yeah, the grid got light pretty quickly. Unfortunately, it was the weirdest weekend. I haven't seen. Some people were joking. They were saying, yeah, Racer 411 became Racer 911 the last race weekend. This was so much. There was, I don't know. It was, the ride of shame back in. Here we go. It's me this time. Who's next? So it happens, and I'm really thankful though. No one was seriously hurt. But Bob Simmons hurt himself. He hurt his I don't know if anybody knows Bob Simmons, but he crashed out. I believe he hurt his pelvis. Antley broke his hand and got a bunch of boo-boos everywhere else. I was involved in a multi-bike accident, unfortunately. And so that's kind of what led to this Racer 411 fundraiser, by the way. So Button Willow Raceway, clockwise, number 13, coming out of the sweeper into the S's. And if anybody knows where that is, you are pinning the gas coming out of the sweeper. And the S's these are really narrow S's. So you just try to, ride a straight line through them. And unfortunately, right through the S's, which is also an area, by the way, where you put your hand up to pit out, my bike died. My main fuse blew, and it just shut the bike off immediately, and I lost power really quickly and slowed down. So the first thing I did was I put my hand up, but in hindsight, now that I think about it all, it kind of looked like I was pitting out. It didn't look like I got a mechanical. So I don't know if that attributed to the problem. Oh, my dog is eating my GoPro. Thank you, buddy. Good job. So I slowed down pretty drastically, and then a bunch of stuff had happened behind me. And this was Sunday morning practice first lap, which is kind of a really weird time for this type of thing to happen. It could have been just people were tired from the heat from the day before. They were just warming up. I don't know. But no one had any video footage at all of the 5 or 6 riders that went by.
That's surprising.
Yeah. All I remember was the back end of my bike got bumped by a rider, and then I low sided on the left side. And I remember seeing him like sort of, riding off into the dirt. And then my bike or me or something my bike got bumped again. And then my bike was nowhere to be found after that. And unfortunately, something happened behind me. And again, hi, how you doing?
I got
What you got?
one of VR head strap. It feels so good. My head don't hurt no more.
Good. I'm happy.
And I can play for 4 hours straight.
Nice to see you doing your debut.
Dad!
What, Bobby?
In a month, can I have $20 order for it in a month?
Yeah, in a month.
Because we have,
sure.
Because you can't pay me any this month because we have to go to the races.
That's right. And the first thing you can do right now is you can go outside and start washing my truck.
What? It's clean.
Yes.
What are you talking about? Your truck's clean. I gotta take a bath anyway or shower, whatever.
Okay, well, you go do that, buddy. I love you. You see what I put up with? You gotta see that, right?
It's okay. So I don't feel so bad about my dogs.
Yeah, don't. He always makes an appearance.
Yeah,
And his thing now is he's always trying to he likes to do it on camera. Just stick his, I don't know what his deal is, but it's
Yeah.
hilarious. I go with it.
It's cute. It's
Yeah.
funny. Yeah.
It's real.
It's real. Yes,
real.
I like that. Thank you.
It's real. So,
Yeah.
before you continue your story, I just want to say, man, I'm just glad you're okay and everybody involved's okay.
Everyone
for
involved
sure.
is healing up.
Good.
Yeah. I somehow managed to get out of this fairly unscathed. Just, some sore muscles and tweaked stuff. The bike, maybe not as much. I don't know how it ended up far on the right-hand side, about 75 feet down the way facing me when I low sided on the left, but none of it is really, honestly, nobody can make sense of any of this. So when we talk to each of the riders, they're like, I think I saw this. And it didn't jive with the next one who's like, I think I saw this. And I think all of us have just been like, oh, whatever it is. Whatever happened. But involved in that incident was a new and upcoming rider named Bodie. And he's 15, and he had gone to the AFM races the week before and kicked all ass. And then on Saturday, he was doing like 2 flats. And this kid's only been riding like 1 year. So he made a very impressive debut. And his family is fabulous. And, everyone was just like, this is so awesome. And then behind him was Kathy Zhao. Many people know Kathy. She's been racing for a while. They collided pretty hard. Bodie's motorcycle ended up looking like a scorpion. And we think that was Kathy hitting him from behind. But again, we can't really put it all together. Because my bike got hit twice, and I'm trying to figure out how that happened. And then I have a tire mark that just goes across the left side of the bike, which is the side I low sided on, but there's no scratches on that side. So maybe when it got hit, it lifted itself back up and rode 70 feet down the way. But there's a tire mark that's just all the way across the bike, like it got run over. Bodie, he ended up on the left-hand side of the track. Thank God he wasn't in the track. Kathy was in the track right as, people were exiting the sweeper to get on the gas. So I kind of jumped up and I jumped in front of Kathy, and I was like, I don't care if the rules say that you're not supposed to do this, but there were multiple bikes in the track as well. So I was like, don't hit this one. Hit anything else, but get away from this one. Kathy ended up breaking her wrist, and she needed surgery on her wrist, and she had insane lacerations on her knees. She sent me a video of it. She's like, check this out. It's so cool.
And you're like, what?
She's crazy. You got it. Yeah, if you're okay to see this, check this out. And
sounds like my wife.
Yeah.
For sure. Ooh, check this head wound out. I'm like,
yeah, it was the worst. She told me it was the worst crash she had been in. She thinks it's from the knee armor of her leathers. She impacted so hard that the knee armor put massive lacerations, and I don't know if I'm using the right word, in her knees where she needed stitches, and they were really, really deep. That was crazy. And then Bodie had 6 fractures in his spine and knee surgery. I think we don't know why, but there was kind of a hole in his knee, so it might have been a foot peg or something, So, and then the other guy, Antonio, he managed to ride off with some damage to his fairings, which we can't figure out how that happened either. And then Jaden, she was there too, and she was saying that I think she was right behind me, and I think when she saw me put my hand up, her instincts told her to get on the gas and go to the right of me, and when she got on the gas to go right, that's when she saw Antonio hit me. So she's got some really good instincts. But I'm so happy to hear that everybody's okay, but definitely, people had to go to the hospital. Kathy needs surgery on her wrist, so she's out for the next round, which is a huge bummer because we were battling it up really good. Going to what you were saying before, I need her to be on track so I can kick her ass.
That's right. Absolutely. Come back so I can whoop that ass. That's right.
Yeah, I know she wants to come back. She kicks my butt every time. She always, at the very end, gets me in sunset, boom, passes me by at the checkered. And I'm bummed I won't have that next round, honestly. So that's really sad, but she's okay, and that's good, and she will be back on a bike, and that's huge. So when you look at the bigger picture, and the long-term picture, everyone's going to be okay. But bringing it back to the whole Racer 411 thing, this was my first racing incident, period. I hadn't run off track in the 20 years that I've raced. Not that I raced a lot in 20 years, but I raced a lot in the last 4 years. I had low sided once 10 years ago at a track day. So for me, it was, what do I do? What's the
Mentally.
etiquette here? What do we do in the
Yeah.
paddock now? You
Yeah.
know, and I want to lead by example. We are Racer 411, and we want to be able to show people what you should be doing in the paddock. When I say should, I don't know if that's the right word either, but so I went around to whoever I could to have a chat with them and make sure that they were okay. And it was actually really cool. There was no blame laid on anything. It could have been easily, you know, someone could have been like, you're the one who had the problem. You were the one in the front. But it wasn't like that, you know. And I messaged Bodie, and, you know, being a 15-year-old, that kid is amazing. Like, he's really amazing. And he was just like, you know, it's all good.
That happens.
It's racing,
Yeah,
right?
it's racing.
And I know every scenario is different, but I felt really good about how everybody treated each other in this scenario. And so a couple of days later, Aunt Lee and I got together, and we were like, well, what can we do? So what we normally do is we send out, you know, get well soon cards to anybody who ended up in hospital. And we wanted to do a little bit more than that. And I thought, you know, as Venom Sport, I have a platform, and I have been blessed with the ability to have a platform to be able to do something more so than someone else who doesn't have the platform I do. And that's my website. So we posted up on the website for sale Racer 411 stickers in denominations of $10, $25, $50, and $100. And I did an email marketing campaign. I don't know if you saw that. I think it also got advertised online. Just with a, you know, instead of doing a GoFundMe, let's do something a little different, right? And give somebody something back in exchange for their donation. And, you know, I kind of put it out there, like, I was involved in a multi-bike accident, and we really want to raise money for some of the people that were involved in it. And I really wanted to put a focus on showing Bodie that this is the community that he's entering, because he's so new to this. I don't know how many track days he's done, but I know he's been riding for 1 whole year. So I think one of the biggest goals there was to just show that there's a community that has his back, that wants him to succeed, get back on the bike if he wants to get back on the bike, which he does, and know that there's a lot of support behind that. So that was the original goal. What ended up happening was, I mean, in the first 3 hours, we brought in $1,000 in the first 3 hours selling stickers, and people bought one sticker for $100.
That's
You know,
awesome.
I'm sure this, you know, they're like, whatever, it's a sticker. That's not the point. The point was that they wanted to contribute, and it really was a beautiful experience. I got a few emails from people who'd been through that, you know, who are now, say, for example, they were in the hospital and they're now walking, and they, you know, what they do remember is the community rallying behind them to help them get back, and all the wonderful things. So I mean, the stories. There was one from one of my newer customers, and he sent me an email, and he was like, you know, I used to be that person that was like, I'll never crash. Everybody else crashes. and he realized, you know, when something happened to him, that wasn't necessarily the case. Not that everyone will always crash, but, you know, there might be a moment that happens. And he was like, you know, I contributed what I could, and I hope it just makes a big difference in terms of this kid feeling really supported. So that just really warmed my heart. I love that so much. So we are going to put together some of those comments in another email campaign and send that out just as a feel good, because honestly, there's so much negativity going on in the world right now, even just in Facebook land. It's just, there's so much hate and there's so much division that we really need to start pushing more on community, especially in our community, because that's closest to home for us is our community. This is what we do. This is what we do to heal. So, so the outcome now where we're at, which is so cool. I don't want to divulge exactly what we're doing with the money that is coming in, because it's a surprise. And I don't want to say how much money came in because money's still coming in. But what's really cool about this scenario is I know a lot of the motorcycle businesses that are out there too. Again, I feel very blessed in that department. So I ended up seeing a bunch of people at the Laguna Moto America and speaking with them, some of the businesses that were there, and collaborating with them. So they're bringing in their expertise in whatever it is that they're doing and donating it as well. So what we're doing for Bodhi is really freaking cool. And on top of just the money that's earned, we've got the other businesses that are coming in that are donating too. So now it's just becoming something that's extra special. And I didn't want Bodhi to know any of this stuff, but obviously he's probably sitting around on social media. So he sent me a message and he's like, I see what you're doing. Thanks so much. And I'm like, you weren't supposed to see that. Anyway, yeah, so some really good stuff is coming through and I can't wait to share it with everybody. Maybe another time.
Yeah, I love it.
After the next round.
Yeah, after the next
Yeah.
round we will. Yeah, absolutely
Yeah.
we will. We'll set that
So,
up after this podcast for sure. It's again, I can't say enough what you guys are doing. You and Aunt Lee Terry giving back to the whole sport and the community, and people. People see the fundraiser, people post whatever it is, but they don't see the hard work that goes in behind it and everything that you put into it to make this outcome happen. It's what we talked about earlier. Put the feel goods out there, put the vibes out there in the world, push it out
yeah.
there.
We sometimes have to go through the struggles over here in order to be able to just put the good vibes out. Yeah. It's a lot of
100%.
work, but I wouldn't say it's just Antley and I mean, the team that we've kind of put together that sticks around, they are Racer 411. Everyone that pits under those canopies is Racer 411. And even if they're brand spanking new, they're running over to the next guy and, putting their bike on a stand and getting those warmers on if it's too hot and that person is just, having a heat stroke or something. So I got to give it to the whole, we call it everybody a team. Everyone's a part of the team.
Yep. Yeah. It's like one of my best friend tells me, and I love it when he says it. He's like, "Dude, we're in this together. We'll figure it out together." And I was like, "Dude, I love that. That's like
Yeah.
absolutely amazing, right?" It's community. It's family. It's everybody wants to see everybody succeed. And we said this earlier. And when unfortunate happens, it's racing, track days, people crash, right? Unfortunately, people get hurt sometimes. And the way people come together and show that love and support speaks volumes of each and every single one of you that pitch in and do this. It's again, we need more people like you in the world. 100%.
Well, those little things are remembered. I had Hugo Peralta come over and we couldn't figure out how to get why what was going on with my bike, and he knows those bikes pretty well, and he's pitted like on the other side of the paddock way over there. We're a competition, and he came over and he was like, okay, we're checking the main fuse, and that was the thing that blew, right? So they pulled the fuse and they put another one in hopes that it was just the fuse, but it wasn't. But either way, like, he didn't have to do that, and that little memory has stuck with me, and I'm very, very happy for that. And those little memories will stick with everybody when they need the help the most. I really wanted to get back out there on Sunday, and I thought it was possible, but the universe was like, no, you're not.
Not today.
Just gonna keep blowing that fuse for you.
Right. Figure this one out.
I haven't figured it out yet, by the way.
No?
No, we had just installed and it's beautiful, beautiful moments. We Dave Moss Tuning and Antley, the Saturday night my quick shifter took a shit and I had a spare. So they were like, okay, let's get that in for you. And I was like, are you kidding? I'm like, I'm so blown, so tired. I'm just so everything. And they're like, yeah, no problem. So I ended up doing some work on Antley's bike because you sometimes can't help yourself, but you can help other people. So
Right.
I pulled his wheels and stuff while they were doing the quick shifter. And I thought, okay, well, maybe it was the quick shifter, something that happened that blew it. So I went out to Laguna on Tuesday with Volant Vivere to try to see if that was the case. And I made it 5 whole laps, and I had disconnected the quick shifter completely. And unfortunately, nope, fuse blown again. So Aunt Lee said, okay, well, this is a 30 amp fuse. So it's not going to be some of the lower powered stuff, and it could be the charging system. So I hope I'm saying this right. So unplug the rectifier, go out, and if it doesn't blow, then it could be your regulator, rectifier, or stator. So, okay. But don't go out for too long because your battery's going to die because there's nothing
Quick.
that's charging.
Right.
So
Right.
I went out 4 laps and there was a black flag. And unfortunately, I pulled in and I didn't want to go back out and get stuck if it was a dead battery too. So 4 laps and no fuse blown. So we are one
Heading
step
in the right
closer.
direction. Yeah.
What's wrong with it? And I'm just going to replace all those parts anyways because Aliki does not want to get another blown fuse at a race ever again in her life.
No.
Trauma from that.
Yeah.
So,
Yes. So speaking of the crash real quick, I want the mental game that it played on you. How have you overcome that barrier?
Yeah, so that's interesting. I'd never had that mental game before. And I didn't think I was going to have a problem because I'm like, well, it was a mechanical on a bike. So it wasn't, like I didn't crash because I grabbed a handful of brake while leaning or anything like that. But it definitely affected me because there was just so many people involved and I'm a massive empath, but I didn't think it was going to affect my riding. And I know that, backtrack just slightly, crazy people like Kathy, when she crashed 2 rounds ago, and she rolled in on the crash truck. And the very first thing that she said was, I want to go out in the next race and I need some help. And I'm like, you're fucking crazy, man. Like, and I don't know what I would do. Like and you always kind of wonder, like, would I be that person that is just going to, jump back at it? And I mean, they had to really rebuild her bike in order to get her back out. I think it was the next morning she wanted to get back out, actually. It's not like it was like a tiny low side, let's go back out. Her bike needed some work, and she did it. So I always wondered to myself, especially after that, I was like, am I that kind of person that would be like, let's go, because points championship? Or would I be like, nah, I'm good.
I'm gonna sit this one out, fellas. Y'all have fun. Yeah.
So I learned at the track that I wanted to get back out. And I think a lot of that has to do with the adrenaline that happens. Like the adrenaline rush was insane and I wanted back out. I was going to go back out. Nothing was going to faze me. We thought we got the bike going. I rolled around the paddock. I was like ready to go. And just as I wanted to get onto the track and started revving up to get onto the track, it died. So I know that I would be the kind of person that would want to get back on the bike. But when I went to Laguna Seca, I was doing like 153s. It was really slow. I made it a 5. Okay, the bike, I still didn't know if there was a problem with the bike and I didn't want to have any, be responsible for anything else. So there was that. So it wasn't a mental game like me and my riding. It was, do I trust my bike? And that definitely affected me. Definitely.
Oh,
I
100%.
noticed that. So now I want to get out and just keep riding and knowing that my bike is going to be, not give me any mechanicals or anything like that. So
Yeah,
yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry. Yeah, it's I've been there myself once. Had a mechanical thought to myself it was my fault. Like I blamed myself at first, right?
Mhm.
It's just that mental challenge, and I talk about all the time on the podcast and away from the podcast, the mental blocks we put up in our heads that are kind of silly, but at the same time, maybe we need them at that time so we can overcome the challenges that we need to overcome. If that makes sense, maybe I put that in the wrong way. I don't know.
I think it's a massive learning and
It
it's massive
is.
growth. And I I mean, it's very unfortunate. I don't want to say I'm so happy this happened to me. 'Cause no, but we grow from it big time. And this kind of like I always say the sport is so reflective of who we are in our lives and what we do in our lives and how we succeed in our lives. The things that happen to us on track and how we pick ourselves back up and keep going is a reflection of how we live our lives, you know?
100%.
And
No.
so
Yeah.
the growth from that, and to be able to get back on. I mean, I commend anybody who had a really big accident who gets back out there and keeps going. I have a few friends that did that and they were slow as balls for a while after that. A few friends. They all think they're by themselves doing this too, which I think is funny. You're not alone.
No, you're not
Um,
alone.
but it takes, they say, all I know is from their experience. And they're like, I'll eventually get there.
You will.
And then from the people that I know who've eventually got there, that's some
Yeah.
serious stuff, honestly.
It is.
Serious challenges, yeah.
Do you think you or anybody had a concussion out of this?
Um, I hit my head. I remember hitting my head and going, "Oh, here we go." That's the one thing I remember. But I came out so fine with the adrenaline all day that in 103-degree heat, by the way, I thought it was 75 degrees out. And so by the end of the day, I had heat stroke. So adrenaline did something there as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, over the last couple of weeks, I've definitely been a little bit more like and forgetful. And that just could be stress, I don't
Probably
think that
is.
I hit my head to a point where who knows? It's funny. It's like it's sinking in now. Like the pain in my body. I'm 46. That doesn't help, but it's sinking in now. It's hitting now. 2 weeks later. Yeah. So
We
we'll
don't bounce,
see.
slide, or roll like we used to, do we?
Not too much.
Not at all. My son hits the ground, he flops all kinds of weight, bounces right back up. I'm like, dude, if I did that, I'd be down for 3 months.
Right.
Struggling.
I slid on the back of my leathers, like on the hump and on my head. That was kind of the slide. No airbag, which I think Alpine Stars doesn't. I don't think it explodes on a low side. Because my body didn't go through the impact. My bike did.
I gotcha. You do wear an airbag, correct?
I do have an airbag,
Yeah.
but it did not go off. Yeah. Am I happy about that? I don't know. Question. It makes you think, right?
Yeah, it does. And they're expensive.
Treston, Moto America this past weekend. You heard about him, right?
Mhm.
His airbag did not go off. He got, so I don't know the whole story, but I saw the video. It was in the corkscrew. Something happened. He got run over, like right into his torso.
By my buddy Avery Dreyer.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, it was just an unfortunate. Again, we said this earlier. It happens in racing. He approached a corkscrew. It is an odd crash where he crashed at. Happened to slide down. Just your fuse blown. So immediately your bike is boom, and
Yep.
nobody. It's that split reaction. You have nowhere to go because you're right there trying to make a pass or whatever it is, and it's you just there's nothing you can really do but just hope for the best. Basically, you're along for the ride at that point. To be honest with you, I was watching it live on Moto America, and and my thoughts too after it's like, man, I hope he's okay, and I also hope Avery's okay right here because of what happened. Right, it's very rare you run over somebody at the track. It happens.
Yeah.
But the mental game that comes along with that, like, man, I don't know if I want to be that close right off the bat to somebody again, right? Like approach them like I just want to just get by them real quick, instead of just kind of sitting there for a minute. It's a mental game right there. So
that is valid, yeah.
So
Oh, yeah. But see what would happen if he went down and his airbag went like same with me. Like if Antonio had run over me, but my airbag didn't go off.
yeah.
So I don't know. It's like I guess every scenario. I guess you can't 100% rely on an airbag all the time.
I mean, there's times that they go off when people are riding from a violent head shake, right? And
Yeah.
there's times that you go down and it don't go off. It is weird. Maybe it was a malfunction somewhere. I don't know. Nobody. Well, maybe I'm sure they sent the airbag off and got all the data. So again, it's hard to tell. I don't know. I can say that I don't know. It's like the first time you put on a full leather suit, you feel invincible. Like I can do anything. I am Superman. Let's go. I'm going to drag this and do this and do all this cool stuff, right? And now with the airbags in, you put the airbag in, you mentally think, oh, I'm protected so much more,
Mhm.
And then when you have that incident and it don't go off, again, it's that mental struggle inside, like paranoia, if that's the right word, of feeling a little bit unsafe, if that would be a correct term, so to speak,
Mhm.
right?
I spoke to somebody on Tuesday whose airbag didn't go off in their low side, and he said he had been through a low side before, and he asked Alpine Stars for the information, and they did say to him that in a low side, it really does depend on the crash. So intentionally for his low side, it did not go off. And I'm like, well, then what if you get run over?
Right,
Uh,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. One aspect too about riding gear. Let's say that is that eventually advancements will come in helmets, right? Because it's been the same helmet, same composite, same Kevlar, same this, same that. The only thing that's really changed is the weight and the shapes. And now
Mhm.
some of them got the little thing where you can run a water pump because that's what I have in my custom suit right here.
Mhm.
I chose to have the water thing because I like to stay hydrated, right? And yeah, I don't know, but I've never had an airbag. My next suit, I have one.
You better.
I will.
I'm gonna kick your butt if you
I
don't.
will. I will. I will. I will, Mama. I promise. I
All
promise. Now,
right. There you
I'm I'm
go.
I'm recovering from my wrist surgery. I still got some stuff to do before I can get back on the bike and really try to push anything. So as soon as that's done, I'll be back at it. I can't wait.
Can you pin the gas?
Can you? I can. The problem is I can't put my body weight support my body weight on my left wrist yet.
Okay.
So, hustling the bike around the different, angles your wrist has got to be and all that good stuff. It
Mm-hmm.
hurts pretty good. It reminds me. I'm not.
Wow. How long has it been? Like the recovery?
Um, I want to say like 24, 26 weeks out from surgery. It's my second one on the same wrist.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Help me with the math. A long time. Okay.
Yeah. It's been a long time. I've been physical therapy. I got
Wow.
bands I bring home and work with and all that good stuff. So I'm getting there. It's getting better. But yeah, I want to hurry up and get on. Like I took my bike out last weekend, did like 5 miles coming back, and I was like, yeah, I feel pretty good. And then all of a sudden that pain hit me pretty good, and I was like, yeah,
Okay.
probably not. It's the vibrations. Like I can't even use a weed eater because of the vibrations in it.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not
okay.
there yet. It's still swollen. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you tried wrapping it?
I do wrap it. I actually have a
Like, why-
wrist widget and I don't know. Uh, I forget what it's called, but my wife, she works at the VA in the hospital. She's been in there for years. She's doing her thing, bandaging up and all that.
You got the
I got the
hookup.
hookup, right? So I got that drip, girl. What? No. But yeah, it's been a long recovery. I'm kind of thinking that maybe it was a mistake to have the second one, but I kind of needed it because this time I actually snapped my TFCC tendon in two and I broke my oliva
Jesus.
whatever bone. It was chipped. So they went in there and they shaved my wrist bone down. They put a synthetic pig tendon in it. After when I woke me up from surgery, the surgeon said, for my young age, uh, I had the most arthritis he's ever seen in my age group. in my wrist. He's like, "What have you been doing?" I said, "Riding motorcycles and turning wrenches. Let's go." He's like, "Well, maybe it's time to slow down." I said, "For you, but not for me. I'll slow down when I'm dead, right? So other than that, let's go." He's like, "You crazy."
That's why I have a podcast called Pin the Gas.
Right, let's go. You should like and subscribe too, Doc. My surgeon was cool. I mean, he was always straight up with me, which I like and respected. He's not a fan of motorcycles, I'll tell you that. So, but
Shocker.
yeah, nobody likes going to the doctors. They're still in practice.
No.
Yeah. So, what's in the future for Racer 411?
Oh boy. I think we're just gonna keep doing what we're doing. Everything we've been doing, it's so cool. It's so cool.
I love it.
You know what? I think we're just going to kind of like expand it and refine. I think that's where we're at. I think we're doing a lot. We also sell parts in the paddock, and the parts sales go back to the paddock too.
Have you thought about expanding out to the East Coast? Get reps to rep the Racer 411 banners and tents and doing that over here too as well?
So
Spreading the love.
interestingly, we in the last podcast, I think we mentioned it, but there is a group of people that are doing that, and it's gomotoracing.com. And Stephen Ludwig is heading that, and I don't know if he's heading it, but he's involved in it. Let's put it that way. And that's how I heard about it. And they want to do, I love what they're doing. It's really cool. What they're trying to do is they're putting together a full program with resources and everything, expand it out throughout the US, where people go to track days and they welcome people and help people to get racing. And that they have collaborations with the track providers, that if people start racing, then the track providers get a kickback, and all of the resources are there and everything is set, so it's not as much work as, say, for example, what Antley and I, how much work we put into it. So when we were talking to Stephen, he was like, well, you just keep the name Racer 411 and do what you're doing, but we're going to definitely be collaborating and working together on this. So we do share resources to, even things like track maps, equipment prep checklists, what to remember before you go out on your next race. That has been a super valuable list, by the way.
Thanks.
Did you go to the bathroom? Did you eat anything? Did you hydrate? Did you check your tire pressure? Did you check your chain? Do you know your grid? That kind of thing. That's an awesome one. I can send you, by the way, the Google Drive folder for that. So if anybody is interested in downloading any of that information, feel free to go ahead and do that and edit it as you see fit for you. It's for everybody. There's no ownership in this. So Go Moto Racing is still working on their thing. We're kind of doing the NorCal area, I would imagine. That's it. And I even had some people reach out, honestly, with this Racer 411 campaign that we put out of Washington, who are like, how do we do something like this? So many good things are coming out of it, right? So I'm putting them in touch with Go Moto Racing, and we're going to see what we can do, because it really is. It's so needed. It's so needed.
It is.
In so many ways. I think the biggest one, I think the main focus for Go Moto is to get people racing. So support in the paddock when you're racing, and getting you to the races.
Oh, 100%. It's
yeah.
I remember my first going into it the first time and trying to pass tech, and they're like, you need to safety wire your bike. And I was like, what the fuck is safety wire? Like, what are you talking about? Where if we had a program like that back in the day, they'd be like, buddy, come here. Hold up. You need to do this. Let me show you how to do this. I'm like, what do you need a drill for? It's yeah. So
go see these guys. People are told a lot.
Yeah.
And by the way, we pit right beside tech, because Antley's also tech.
Hey, I know that guy right there.
Yeah. during the evenings in the morning when tech is happening. Go see those guys. We'll have it. We probably have something like an OEM filter or extra safety wire for you. That's part of where some of the funds are going, by the way. Consumables and washers and little bits and extra pieces for people so they can get back on the bike after a little incident or past tech. So that's where we focus on in terms of the parts that we sell.
100%. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. It's big too to not only show up to a track day, but do your first race and then fall so deeply in love with it that you just want to come back and just race all the time. That's all you think about. It just consumes you. You know, it's like it's funny. I always tell people motorcycles choose us. We don't choose motorcycles. What I mean by that is you have all kinds of people, right, that like motorcycles and they go out and buy them because they're cool, or they look good, or they're trying to pick up chicks, or whatever the deal may be, right? And then you got people that see them at whatever age and you fall so deeply in love with it, but you don't realize how it's going to change your life later on down the road and the impact that it has on you and the people that it brings into your life. It's like, and then when you sit back, like I've had many times here past couple of years, it's like, what a life, what an honor, how beautiful it is. It's hard to explain to people. It really is. That's the best way I can put it into words that make any kind of sense.
Vet2Track is a perfect example of that. So Jim Whittam from Vet2Track, which is a wonderful, wonderful organization, 501c3, vet2track.org, by the way, vet, the number 2, track.org. And I remember when he was first starting out with that, and he said something really important. I was in the military. I was in the Canadian military for 20 years. And obviously he was as well in the US military. And he said that this sport is the only sport that has the same family feel, where the camaraderie that you get when you're in the military. So when we were in the military, it was like, I'll take a bullet for my buddies. We had each other's back. We were a secondary family. A lot of people didn't even get along with their own family, but they had this family. And when leaving the military, you kind of lose that. And it's a big deal because that is your mental, like for a lot of people, that is a lot, that doesn't support your mental health when you lose that kind of support in that sort of family environment. And it's also that, the adrenaline and everything that's going on, which keeps you focused. So that's also healing as well. So that's a perfect example of why we love our sport so much. When we're out
100%.
there and we're helping each other and we're supporting each other, even though I don't like you, I don't care. It's fine. What do you need?
Yep, I got
You
you.
know,
I got you. Let's go. Smiles for
still
miles. Let's
family.
let's get it done. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm a big supporter of Jim Whitman and Vet2Track. I run his logo on my shirts and actually on my leather suit. And yeah, I'm a firm believer. I was actually digging through because I usually have his T-shirt here, but then as I opened my drawer, I was like, my dad done stole my T-shirt. So my dad's got the T-shirt. So yeah, I'm I'm a huge fan of. I give him a shout out all the time on the podcast.
Yeah.
It's because I believe in his programming, and I feel
Mhm.
like, especially for our vets, us as Americans, the government, we should take a lot better care of them. There should be no homeless vets. There should be places they can go to talk about what they're going through mental. You're not a weak person because you're going through these mental struggles. That's a misconception. A lot of people, I got a good buddy that's a Marine that, been to war and all that stuff. So, and he struggles hard with it. He feels like he has nowhere to go to talk except for to his friends. But as far as the community that he was in for all those years, he makes it sound like it's not okay to talk about because you're weak in a sort of sense, right? When
Mm.
it's the complete opposite. You're strong if you can talk about it. You need to talk about it. It helps you heal here and here, especially here, right? And if you can free your mind of whatever you're facing or struggling with, you look at life in a different light.
I do not wish mental health issues on anyone.
Facts.
Anyone. My worst enemies. They're it's horrible. You live in this perpetual nightmare that you're trying to get out of. You know? It
Yep.
sucks. It sucks. And I mean, look at our paddock, okay? So, and having run Racer 411, And even Venom Sport, when I'm at the paddock and stuff like that, when you get to know the people around you, everyone has a crazy story. I mean, we're all kind of crazy. We race motorcycles, so it's very likely that we have a crazy past. So I urge anybody to sit down after a track day and just ask the next person beside him, like, what's your story, man?
What's the
Because,
craziest shit you've done?
yeah, Jeremy Tobin, Remix Racing. I
Yeah.
don't know if you've heard of him.
He's coming on the podcast. Stay tuned.
No way! That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, so he was at Laguna, Moto America.
Super hooligans.
Raising awareness for mental health issues and getting rid of the stigma, right? Now, when you really think about who's in your paddock, we have, I was talking to one guy who was addicted to meth in Phoenix and telling me crazy stories like Breaking Bad styles, and ended up getting clean and changing his life around, and like seriously, and now, and he's a wonderful person, and like he's learned so much, and he has this crazy background, and and the next guy might have had a massive drug addiction problem, or somebody might have been a criminal in jail for a while, but like we all kind of find ourselves, and this is where we go to rehab, like, and not everyone's like that, but there are people in the paddock who are doing this in order to like on an extreme level, stay alive, because racing makes you keep goals and keeps you focused. PTSD, ADHD, that's probably the most common one, I would say, just as a total guess here, but you can focus. It allows you to focus. Why? Because of all the adrenaline and dopamine and serotonin and all that stuff that happens when you're at the racetrack. Allows you to focus for days afterwards, by the way.
And we're trying to look for that escape on a daily routine too, as well, right? It's trying to. Yeah, I got a buddy that actually I just had on the podcast not too long, Jamie Hansen. Big shout out to him. He told us his whole story, and it was similar down that path. He was an addict and fell in love with motorcycles, and that's his healing, and he's racing, and he's out there kicking butt, and I'm super proud of him. Yeah, how far he's come, and yeah, I'm a big supporter, man. So big shout out to Jamie, bro. Keep it up. Let's go. I love it, man. It's again, wherever you are in life, if the motorcycles choose you, you could be 50, you could be 17, you could be 4, whatever age it is, whatever struggles you're going through, it's like that shackle breaker. As soon as you throw your leg over that bike and that visor comes down, it's like silence in my head. What is this? What is this? I've been here before. Right? Is this the Matrix? Like, what is this? This is crazy, and I love it. I want it all day, every day, and then when you get off of it, it's on the way home, you're smiling, and for the next couple of days, you're right, and then all of a sudden it's like back to normal again. I got chaos in my head and what's going on, it's trying to keep my mind silent. I need to go put my helmet on and put my visor down, sitting on a couch, right? It's not the same. Let's just be honest, it's not, but getting on that bike, it does something to you, to your soul. It moves your soul in a way that nothing else has ever come close to moving your soul. And I love you, my wife, very much so, but motorcycles are it's just different. You know what I'm saying? It is. She knows that. I love her more than anything.
More sane when you come back.
Yeah.
I can't wait for you to come back, babe.
Right. It's a freedom that I wish everybody could experience.
Agreed. I don't think I've ever experienced another sport like it.
Nope.
At all.
Nope.
And I struggle. I mean, it's a struggle. I struggle big time getting there. That's my thing. My poor friends, I call them up. Oh my God, I just ripped my part. And it was like Monday night. I'm like trying to get my bike together just so that I can get to the track on Tuesday. And every part of my brain was like, you don't have to be there. It's not a race. So you don't have to be there. But you really need to be there because you have to make sure your bike works so that you can go to the next track day that you can pay for, and blah, 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 so that you don't have a shitty bike and it's not going to work. And then my brain is just like, going like crazy and I'm exhausted and I'm running a business by myself and, and I've got customers like emailing me and what do I do? And there's so many times I just want to quit. I'm not going to lie about that. There's so many times my brain is trying to keep me safe and it's making excuses like, oh, look at that. You don't have this part for your bike. Maybe you shouldn't go. And that little devil on your shoulder, just don't go there. And then the angel on my other side's like, nah, bitch, just make a phone call. Guess who has parts? Aunt Lee always has parts of Tiffin Racing.
Racer 411, let's go.
And seriously though, I think Aunt Lee is a big shout out to Aunt Lee, by the way, because he's seen me through a lot of these moments where I'm just like, I can't today. And he goes, you can't. And having those friends that are there. And anyway, I'm saying it because it's not something I want people to know. I mean, but I think that a lot of people go through it, and I kind of want to bring some light to that. And I have to remind myself every single time I remind myself, okay, when I get there, feet on the ground, I'll be fine. But getting there, not so good. And I've had some health issues lately, which has really affected my mental health too. And, when I'm at the track, I kind of want to puke all the time and it's just horrible. And I'm just like ugly crying and it's just, but I'll get on the bike and I will write this stuff down, by the way. I think that's a really, really good thing to do as well and start seeing the patterns. I'll get on the bike because I'm in a points championship. I need to fucking win and I need to kick Kathy Zhou's ass. And as shitty as I feel right now, I won't have points if I don't get on the bike. I just need to finish the race, get the points, finish the race, get the points. That's the kind of the credo at Racer 411. And I'll get out there and I'll fucking kick ass or pull a personal best and be like, how the hell did I do that? How did I do that? I felt like shit before, but I think it's the fight or flight. The fight or flight was just like, just go ride and stop thinking.
That's it.
And then I come in and be like, holy shit, I just pulled a 202.
Let's go.
How is that possible?
I feel great now.
I feel great. And then just going back to what you were saying, then I drive home with the biggest fucking smile on my face. And so I write these things down and I see the patterns and I'm like, okay, so the next race weekend coming up, you're going to be like, I hate my life. I can't do this. You're going to feel like shit. I'm going to get there and I'm going to still feel like shit, but it doesn't matter. Because I'm still going to do well and I'm still get an opportunity to help others. I feel freaking fantastic by the end of it because I'm so busy. Like if I'm not racing, I'm helping others. So I'm so distracted. I can't think about it. Anyways, I urge other people to do that. Start looking at your patterns. If you do have any mental health issues, maybe it would help to know that the one time you did that might mean that the next time you can do that again and the next time you can do that again. And then you can tell your brain, fuck off. I call my brain,
not you.
I call my brain Betty.
Oh, I love it.
When Betty takes over and Betty wants to keep me safe and start making stupid little excuses, I'm like, Betty, stop it. You're wasting time. You know you're going. You're never going to not go.
Right.
You know you're going to race. You're never going to not.
How many times we got to have this conversation, Betty?
Yes!
Come on now. Are you kidding me right now? What? Whatever. Get in the truck, Betty. Get in the truck.
Shower this morning. I'm like, do we have to keep having this conversation?
What is wrong with you, Betty? Come on now. Are we adults here or what?
Yeah, right. I mean, you're gonna go regardless.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't wish mental health issues on anyone.
No. It's funny you say, well, what you say is it's not funny, but because I struggle with that sometimes too myself. It's like I feel so overwhelmed with the full-time job and the podcast being full-time. I'm always on the phone or I'm sitting down doing business chats, and it's just like I feel like I don't have any time for me. And that's my mental struggle. It's hard to relax. And if I get 10 minutes where I can finally sit down, I feel like I'm wasting time. Like I need to go do something. There's other things I could get done and I have to get this done. It's like, it's hard for me to have that disconnect. So for me personally, I find that when I go to the racetrack to hang out with my friends, I still do networking. Of course, I go around, hey, I need to get you on the podcast. Let's go. Let's have a good time, But other than that, I'm there to have fun. I'm there to watch the racing. I'm there not to have my phone in my face or doing these videos all the time. That's the way of me being there, but being disconnected, if that makes sense at the same time of not being so involved with social media and post and just everything that's involved with the whole podcast thing, right? It gets overwhelming sometimes. It really does. So I understand what you're going through. But when I'm there, it's hard not to do any of that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, let's go. I'm here. Woo!
Sorry. We thrive in chaos. We
Very
thrive.
much so.
So when there's no chaos, we create chaos in our heads. I don't know if
And we love it. And we love the chaos. It is. On that point, big shout out to William Posse, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey.
yeah, William. Yeah, he gave me this hat, and actually, when I was at Azra for the race weekend a couple weeks ago, he brought this digi uh, camera thing that you put your phone on and it holds it still, and you can walk around with it. He's like, dude, I haven't even opened it up. I ain't even played with it. Take it, do your podcast from your car. Let me know what you think. It was absolutely awesome. So, thank you, William. You are absolutely mega, my friend. Yep.
I'm shipping him a top right now.
Let's go. I love it.
Brought him up. I want a hat. Can I have a hat?
We'll get you a hat. We'll get you a hat. 100% we'll get you a hat. Yeah, he's he's another one of those, people that come into your life where he's just so down to earth, such a good guy. Always has a smile on his face, always wants a good proper chat, and just give you anything off his back, his shirt, whatever it is. It's again, that's our beautiful circus. You meet people like that, Stick Boy, Zeb. I mean, there's so many. Yeah, whether it's funny. It's the same circus whether you're in Australia, Japan, Europe, America, Canada. It's all the same circus. It's a beautiful circus, right? So, right?
You want to hear small?
I do.
Cat McLeod. Remember Cat McLeod from Layout Escapes? Okay. He was doing a tour in Magello 2 years ago. And so he had all his people there, and they all had the Venom base layers on. And Jonas Folger, the top I gave you, he was there, and he had a Venom base layer on. And then another one of our friends from Switzerland, her name is Anya, and she was there. And so I'm getting all these texts from all these people. And it turns out actually Dylan Code was there from California Superbike School in Lara. And they're all texting me like, hey, like there's other like posse of Venom people that are here. And I'm like, oh my God, you guys need to like get together. And because Jonas was there, Anya was like, I think we can, we have a professional photographer. Do you want us to take photos? And I'm like, hell yeah, please. Like, please do this. This is so cool. And then Kat's like, well, we also have a photographer. Do you want us to take photos? I'm like, yes, please. That'd be so amazing. And so this amazing photo shoot ended up happening in Magello, which I've never been.
Me neither.
Small world. There's like 4 different sets of people that I know that Magello, like that is amazing. And that's happened, by the way, multiple times with my business where people will find people and then take pictures. There was one recent one I'm trying to remember now. And I'll be like, oh my God, how do you guys even? So, yeah, well, we were just over there and in Spain and just happened to see this other dude in the Venom base layers. And we're like, hey, man, what's up? And you know Leaky? I know Leaky. You know Leaky? Yeah. All the time. Tiny world.
It is. I love it. It's
Tiny.
yeah. And I tell you, I give Venom Sport, you a shout out all the time too as well. It's your products speak volumes for themselves. There's a reason why MotoGP, World Superbike, and it's very highly talked about and loved too as well. There's a reason for it. I was showing my buddy not too long ago. This is the difference in undersuits. I got a shit ton of undersuits, right? I got Alpine Star, this and that. My 2 favorite is, well, I don't have a proper undersuit from you yet. I will get one, but is 64 Degree Racing. Okay, because Tate is absolutely amazing. But
Yeah.
I got the top you sent me. I got the 64 Degrees. I got the Bison. I got the Alpine Stars. I got the RS Tachi. I can go on and on and on. And I'm pulling them out and I'm showing my buddy, and he's like, just feel them. I don't want you to look at them. Just close your eyes and feel, and you tell me which one you like the best. And 10 times out of 10, I don't need to say anything else.
Mhm. Tate's getting surgery.
I know.
I just saw a post.
Yeah.
I hope it's like quick and easy.
Me
'Cause
too.
that sucks when you run a business.
It does.
Yeah. Because guess
does.
what? Guess who has to respond to all those emails? Yeah. My husband, he has an auto glass business, and when I first met him, he ended up like slicing both his arms in an auto glass incident, and he's in the hospital, and like that's kind of one of those moments where I knew it was gonna work
Right?
out. He's like on the phone, like, oh, I'm an auto glass, how can I help you? Meanwhile, he's like all wrapped up with a whole bunch of bandages in a hospital bed, and I'm like, yeah. That's how we roll.
That's how we do it. Yeah, he
Back to Tate.
yeah,
know?
big shout out to Tate. 64
Mhm.
degree racing. You guys
Good
hear me
guy.
say that all the
Yeah.
time, you know. And a buddy said, dude, you say all this stuff, you know, with I got 3 friends that make graphics, REB, GRG, which is Gus Rodeo, and of course Dripping Wet. And he's like, dude, you give all these shout outs with people that make the same stuff. I said, you know, it's like you walk into a store and certain brands are going to stand out to you, right? You're not going to go wrong by ordering from any one of them. You're showing love to every single one of them. There's enough love to go around this beautiful paddock, right? Our beautiful circus. It's easy. They're all friends of mine, and I believe in every single one of their products, and they're all amazing and awesome. But on top of that, they bring their own uniqueness to it, and each uniqueness might not suit her or him, but hers will or his will, right? So I just like to give the options to all my
Oh my
friends.
God. That was the best way of describing that ever, by the way.
Thank you.
There's so much love to go around. It's true. Like I remember when 64 degree racing came out, or when I found out about them, I reached out to Tate and I'm like, hey man, you know, I'm the Venom Sport lady, but if you ever need anything, like if you ever have manufacturing issues, because dear Lord, local manufacturing is a fucking nightmare. You know, like just it's cool. We cool, you know, we'll work together. We can help each other out. And it's you totally just said it, man. You nailed it. Because it's everyone has a different personality, vibe, need, whatever the case may be. The thing that I would really urge people to do is just buy within the sport though. So if you're not going to buy from me, then go to 64. You know, like that's the way it should be. Don't go to Amazon because Amazon isn't going to support the sport. When you look at the bigger picture with that, I'm going on a tangent here, but I think it's really important. For people who are listening, who a lot of people understand that in the paddock, right? The Pirelli vendors there, the Dunlop vendors there, anyone who's in the paddock with you, you probably should support. The reason is because it allows them to come back and help you again. So,
which is very important.
Yeah, you know, like I remember when I first started out, there was the parts guy, and I would always buy my oil from the parts guy that was at the track or whatever it was. I didn't go to any of the local dealers. I went to the guy that was at the track and I bought the stuff that I needed for the next track day. And because I knew he's going to be there the next track day, right? Or you buy your tires from the vendor that's there, so you know that they're going to be able to come back, that sort of thing. But on an even grander scale, if you support, so I'll use me as an example. So if I get someone coming in who orders 10 base layers custom for their team, actually the perfect, my mommy's calling. Perfect example was this last weekend. I was at Jaritos, Moto America, the team, at 3D Racing. 3D Racing, yeah, with Alex Enriquez, Steven Shakespeare. He's a good customer of mine. He ordered some custom stuff that looked pretty much like all of the crew shirts. So he ordered a matching base layer. When I showed up to give it to him, everybody on the team was like, I want. And I also support Alex Enriquez, so I was going to make that one. And Mario, I met Mario. He's the Jaritos guy, and oh, what a fabulous dude, by the way. Just talk about good people. You just know right away. Anyways, he said, well, I want to buy base layers for the whole team. And I looked at him and I said, because you're buying base layers for the whole team, Alex Enriquez base layers on me. So I'm able to give back because I have something to give back. So if you support a business, what happens is that business will then be able to do things like donate to the Air Fence Fund, help another kid racer out. But I can't do that taking money out of my own pocket when I can barely feed my own family. Right. So I really hope that people really start to see that the businesses that are in this industry are not in it to make a lot of money. We were never here to be like, I'm going to start a Pin the Gas podcast. I'm going to make $1 million. Like, that's never the goal. The goal is the experience. The goal is for me, the goal is the ability to give back and create a platform. And look at that. I did that, didn't I? Like with the Racer 411 stickers on my Venom Sport website, I was able to give back. So I was able to create something so that I can give back and so that I can support the sport that I love because it's dying and nobody's getting into it.
Yeah.
So there is a huge, bigger picture here that I hope that a lot of people are hearing this and understand that. Support the sport. You don't like a business, they screwed you over. Okay, fine. Go to another business in the sport. Don't go to Amazon. Think
Or
about what you're
Walmart.
doing and, when's the last time you did something for someone? When's the last time you helped out one of the kid racers? It really
Facts.
is the only way that this sport is going to survive is if we all work together. And that includes like Venom Sport and 64-degree racing. That includes Pirelli, the Pirelli guy and the Dunlop guy being like, we're cool, man. Like this is, we're both here. No one's going to try to take anybody down. And I've seen a lot of good. I've seen a lot of amazing things that have happened. That's why I kind of stick around. But I've also seen a lot of bad. I had a friend who had a track day, who ran track days in the Pacific Northwest. And there's the competitive side of people, because we're in a competitive sport, comes out a little too strong. Where it's like we need to step on someone else's toes in order to get to the top, and it's just there's not enough. It's not worth it.
It's not. And on top of that, our community is so small as it is, it goes around like wildfire.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like 30 seconds. You're like, wait, what? It's like, yeah, it's listen, I agree 100%. I fully support all my friends. That's why I give all my friends that I love and care about and truly value and believe in their products a shout out on the podcast. I didn't even ask. I just started doing it because you guys are my friends and I believe in what you do and what you guys give back to the sport too as well. And I never asked anything from anybody. It's like when I took over this podcast, buddy of mine was like, why don't you seek like sponsorship and go after this? You could get paid to do this and all this. I'm like, yeah, sounds cool and all, but I do it because I love to do it. I don't do it for getting paid to do it. I never got into it to get paid to do it. I do it because I want to give back to the sport. I want to help it grow. I want to provide a platform to give the voice to everybody in the paddock, not just household names all the time that you hear all the time, right? That's my way of giving back. And everything that just comes along with it is an absolute bonus. 100%. It's yeah.
You're sound like I'm totally brown nosing here, but you're a shining example of every business works a little bit differently, but there kind of is this, like, the way we work with sponsorship is somewhat similar. And if someone shows me or my business love and they buy something from me, for example, and then they post it up and they're like, this is awesome. They didn't need to do that. If that person were to come up to me a year later and say, man, I bought a set of base layers off of you and I thought they were awesome. And I know I'm watching, I see who's posting, and they're like, can I have a sponsorship? Well, guess what? I'm probably going to consider sponsoring them. And the reason why you're wearing the tech tee that you're wearing today is because you've been so freaking great and so supportive. You never said, hey, can I have stuff? And in exchange, I'll say your name. That's not how that worked. And the industry is dying so hard that that's just not a thing really anymore. And most of the times if someone says that, a lot of the times they don't really follow through with it anyway. So if you little pointer for anybody who's looking for sponsors. Go ahead and show them what you can do. Show them your enthusiasm. Post up some stuff. They might not be paying you yet or giving you discounts on your parts or whatever, but they're going to see that and they're going to feel that. And you've shown them that you are capable of doing the thing that you're promised to do. Then 6 months later or whatever, you come on in and, oh man, did you wash the truck?
Did you wash my truck,
Did
bro?
you get soaking wet?
No, man,
Fail. No $20.
you're
for
all
you.
wet now.
Yeah, no, I'm all wet now. Yeah, you got it on my glasses and everything. Thank you. And Leaky said no $20 for you because you don't wash. the truck.
No, get on it. You said
Get on
wash
it.
that truck.
Wash that truck, boy.
Mama Venom said.
Mama Venom said that is So, big shout out. So, we're friend Kayla Yakov, right? We're friends with her, and
Yeah.
Rossi promised her that he was going to make her a Lego butterfly knife. So this is Kayla's butterfly knife from Rossi.
What?
Yep. Ain't that cool?
That's so rad.
Yeah. So
I
it's
was-
so I seen her at obviously I was at Road Atlanta, and the first thing she says after she gave me a hug, she says, "You got my butterfly knife?" I was like, "No, I forgot it, but I have it at VIR for you. I promise I'm gonna get it. So it's sitting right here, so I won't forget it." And every time Ross comes in, it's the first thing he grabs. And then usually after I get done with the podcast or I'm in the room, he says, "Don't forget to give Kayla that knife. Promise you, I won't. It's done." So yeah, it's cool.
He's my fave.
Yeah, everybody loves it. It's funny you say that because I go to the track and I don't have Rossi. Guess what? The first thing people say, not, "Hey, it's good to see you. Where's Rossi? Hey, what am I, chopped liver over here?" Everybody loves Rossi, and I love it. It's speaking of our beautiful paddock, I can show up to a Moto America race or our club, a track day event, whatever it is, and I can let my son out the car and I don't have to worry about anything.
Mhm.
Nothing at all. Everybody loves them. They feed them. They let him if he wants to
Yeah.
nap, whatever it is. It's game on, and he eats it up, and he loves it. He goes around, he talks. He's a little social butterfly, just like me. He goes around, he talks, he runs his mouth. He's this, he's that. He's handing out stickers, and yeah, he's absolutely amazing. And again, Aliki, I say it all the time. That's the main reason why I do this podcast. If I was to drop dead right now, I'm leaving something for my son. He can always go back and hear my voice and see my laughs and see my love that I give out for the sport that I gave everything to. You know what I mean? And that means more than anything to me. Not the money, not the fame, none of that. That don't mean shit. All that's fake anyway. At the end of the day, don't matter how many championships, trophies you got, crowns, whatever it is, nobody's going to remember that shit. But what they're going to remember is how you treated people, how you talked to people, how you handled yourself, right? That's what's the most important. So
That
Yeah.
is amazing. And he gets to see how you are pursuing something that you love. He sees that on a daily, and that
Yeah.
is probably the best thing that you can show a kid, in my opinion.
So, and I never realized that, and then it hit me one day, and I was like, man, like it's just one of those things that you just sit back and it just hits you out of nowhere, and it's that's the main reason why I do this. It's for my boy, of
Mhm.
course, for all you and all my friends in the sport and all that. But yeah, that's the main reason. I
Yeah.
wanted to leave something for my son that, because I think about where my parents go. I just got photos and memories. I got no videos. I can't go to Spotify. I can't go to YouTube. I can't go to Facebook. I can't go anywhere. Hear them, see them, do anything. I want it to be different.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know?
My mom was a piano teacher. My dad
Nice.
was an entrepreneur. And so I learned definitely from my parents. You pursue what you love. Like everyone has a different definition of success. And my mom's was very authentic, and so that's what I did. I did what I wanted to do. Did I think I was going to make any money selling a fucking bass layer? No. But did I love doing what I love doing? Yeah. And then do you stay in your business and do you stay in your sport because you love doing what you love doing? Yeah. And that's how people become successful, by the way. I'm a huge advocate for that. You got to do what you love. You got to be passionate about it, and you will stay on that path forever. If you're not passionate about it and you hit a snag, you're going to just be like, nah, moving on. It's not authentic.
It's
You
not.
got to be true to your own authenticity, and that's why I'm just so. I don't know. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. I
I
appreciate
just
it.
like seeing you. I mean, how many years ago was your first podcast?
Like 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're like 3 years new.
Yeah.
Old, however you
3
want to
years.
look at
Yeah.
it, but
Yeah.
and how much you're doing now, and how you're full time, and how the type of people that you have on your podcast, and like, I love watching that shit.
Thank you.
I love it. I sit back and I'm like, all right, yeah, this one's gonna go far, you know, like.
Yeah. Thank you.
I think our first podcast was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
kind of fun.
Yep. I'll go back after this and I'll look it up and I'll send it to you. I'll send you the original one. Yeah, it's crazy because I sat down and I looked. I was like, dude, I done published like 430 episodes. It's crazy.
Holy crap.
It's insane
That's
when I
pretty
sit
cool.
down and think about it. You know, it's
Yep.
yeah, life is
And now you're traveling to international races and getting all these experiences because of it.
because of it. Yeah, absolutely. It's all because of honestly, we both said it earlier. It's because you're really passionate. You don't want anything from anybody. You're doing it solely because you love to do it. And people see that and they gravitate towards that. And that's why I wanted to do a live podcast. Let's do it live. Let's do it raw. Let's do it uncut. There's no preset questions. Yeah, my son comes in the room, but that's life. This is real. This is who we are. This is part of our sport too, So people got kids, people got dogs. It's like I don't want a big studio with all these walls and that to me that's fake, right? I turned down a sponsorship that wanted to pay me some cash, but they wanted me to change the way I did things, and I was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not gonna happen. Nope.
Mm-mm.
They
I
said,
think in
well,
the end, in the long run, like big picture, long run stuff, you'd succeed so much further.
oh,
You'd
100%,
probably lose out on a good contract there for a little bit, though.
right? Yeah, I don't want to change anything about who I am or what I do in any form of fashion just to please somebody else.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, it's just not me.
Yeah. And I mean, with today's in today's day and age of AI, being more authentic is so key. Until AI starts picking that up.
It's probably not going to be long. Let's
They
just be
say
honest.
they say that more people buy from ads that have a spelling mistake in it now because they don't think it's AI generated. And like ads with pictures of people who are real and are real people with flaws and stuff as opposed to an AI generated picture.
Yeah. It's
So
funny because I did an AI generated picture of me and you for the photo.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, it was an AI generated. It was Chat GP. I took a photo of you with your Facebook and a solo photo of me, and I was like, Chat GP, podcast situation, blah blah blah. And it come up with this, and I was like, well, this is kind of cool. I'm gonna use this picture right here. So that's the picture I used. Chat GP. Yeah, there we go.
I had some of my ad guys and they were like, we can't use these photos. And I'm like, why? And they're like, well, they're AI generated. I'm like, no, I just have some really good looking friends. They're like absolutely perfect. Who love me very much, by the way.
Thank you.
And have supported me. But like, yeah, they're like, well, no, this has been photoshopped, right? I'm like, no, actually, no. Interestingly enough, but yeah. And they're like, no, you should probably just use different people. That's what they said. I'm like, well,
Use
use
different
whoever
people.
I want.
Right? Use what I want. What are you talking about? You're not doing this. It's not me doing this. Yeah. Yeah, I figured I'd give it a try.
Interesting.
Yeah.
If I can get on AI and say, hey, AI, can you help me with my blown fuse? I don't know what's wrong with my bike, then I'll love AI. Seriously.
Listen, it's easy to get lost into it because now you can I literally went to Chat GP. I don't pay because you got to pay, otherwise you're limited to I think 5 questions a day.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, Chat GP, I run a podcast called Pin the Gas Podcast. This is my logo. Create me a actual real live website that I can upload and use. And they're like, yeah, give me a few minutes. And I was like, holy shit. Like literally it's that easy. You don't have to pay nobody. I'm doing it. It'll do it for you right there. It is. Like, I never had somebody call me up before and say, hey, I want to, how much do you charge per episode for an ad? I've been asked that question. I don't know. I didn't tell them that. I just said, let me get back to you. I'm busy at work, blah, 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 on the text message, right? So chat GP, blah, 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 blah. Just straight up. And it gives me this whole thing. And I was like, holy shit. So I was like, hey, this, and this, and this. They're like, yeah, that sounds good. And I was like, okay, cool. Here's my PayPal info, blah, 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 blah.
I only ask them to reword things for me when I'm mad. Can you make this sound less mad? But
You should try.
I haven't dabbled enough to know.
It's addicting because you're just blown away. You're like, holy shit! Like that whole website, it was just it. Yeah, I didn't save it or upload it. I just wanted to see if it could actually do it, and it freaking
So cool.
did it. And I was like, what? Are you kidding me? And that's what kind of gave me the inspiration. I was like, you know what? Let me see if it'll computer generate a picture of Leaky and me in a makeshift podcast room with motorcycle gear in the background. So I just asked a question, uploaded the 2 photos, and that's what we got.
It's super helpful for me if I have to write like a quick blurb.
Oh,
You know, like someone's like, we're going to advertise your product. We need a quick blurb. And I don't even have to, I mean, it knows everything. It knows everything that's on my website. If I'm like, I need a quick bio summary so that I could get on, boom, boom, done. So I get things done quicker that way. I think us as business owners, where we will benefit the most from it. I worry about, the people who are the ones making websites, for example, or the copy, people who are writing copy. That's going to be interesting to see how the industries change. But I'm not worried about my job.
I don't know.
Well, I don't think that, I don't know.
I don't think AI is gonna make Venom undersuits, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Maybe.
3D print them, boom, 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 boom. There it is. Yeah. Who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen in the future? I know AI is cool, but it's super scary at the same time.
Yeah.
Listen to us. We're talking about motorcycles. Here we are talking about AI and all this cool stuff, right? But again, that's what I love about it. It's raw and uncut. You never know what path it's gonna go down. It's crazy. Yeah, it's absolutely nuts, Aliki. But yeah, listen, Aliki, this has been a lot of fun. We're an hour and 40 minutes into this.
Holy Jeebus.
It goes by so quick, It's yeah. So I'll tell you what, we'll end this podcast here in a minute. I'll let you give all your shout outs. Before I let you end the podcast, I gotta give all my shout outs. And after I end this, you stay on with me because we're gonna schedule our next one.
Okay,
First and foremost, I just got to say, as I always do, I appreciate all the love and support from everybody. If you have not yet had a chance, please go hit that like and ding dong, TikToks, all that good stuff. It helps me out a lot, and I truly appreciate it. Again, if it wasn't for Aliki and all my friends coming on here, I would not be able to do this. So it's nothing but love to every single one of you, men, women, and kid racers out there. It's absolutely amazing, and it's an honor. It's the best way I can put it. Big shout out to Next Level Financial, ChefEats.com, TST Industries. Everybody asked me about my beanie hats and my soft shell jacket. You guys can go to clothingkings.co.uk. On their website, it'll say partnership page. You click on that, you scroll down, you got Pin to Gas. They have everything on their website. So go there and place your order. Big shout out to SFL Mini GP, Jersey and South Florida. That's where a lot of the future legends of our sports are coming from. That's Avery Dreyer, Gus Rodeo, Brandon Posh, Anthony Monsiato, Isaac Woodworth, Ella the list goes on. Julian Carrera. You guys can go to their website, miniusasbk.com, and sign up. They have an event coming up. They got a huge event coming up in October too. Thing I love about them, you just register, you show up. You don't need jackets, leathers, helmets, nothing. You don't even need a bike. They provide everything for you. So guess what? No fucking excuses. Let's go and get out there and get it done. Go have some fun. Right. Don't fight the devil. Yeah, you can't do it. Sit on the couch. Boom, done. Bop, 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 bop. Let's go. Big shout out to RD Racing out there in the UK. My buddy Jake Marsh, congratulations on your podium at BIMES, bro. You are absolute legend. Big shout out to Vet2Track. So all my veterans out there, I need you to go to vet2track.org, sign up. His whole motto is curing PTSD one lap at a time. His program is absolutely amazing. Do yourself a favor, vet2track.org. Don't miss out. Big shout out to Flying Eyes Optics for your sunglass needs. You guys can use a discount code Pin to Gas. I tell everybody this: when you go to a track day, a race, don't show up with one undersuit. Bring more undersuits than you do underwear or shirts at that matter, because you can always wear them home. It's not a big deal. Put a pair of shorts or whatever, just wear them home. But do yourself a favor. If you're in the market to get one, I got two friends that make the best undersuits in the world, 64degreeracing.com. And you guys already know all the time, venomsport.com. Let's go. Big shout out to Road Racing World. I need everybody to go to roadracingworld.com and donate to the air fence. It's imperative that we have those air fences. If we didn't have them, guess what? Leaky's not going racing. Aunt Lee's not going racing. Racer 411's not going to be there. We need the air fences. We need the donations, $5, $10, whatever you can afford. We greatly appreciate you. And on that note, big shout out to all the corner marshal workers. Again, we love every single one of you guys and girls do it. People don't understand. You not only do you have the best seat in the house, but you're out there all day in the heat, in the rain, in the snow. Well, not the snow, but in the cold, right? I just had to throw that out there. But big shout out to all the corner marshals. We love every single one of you guys and girls out there. Keep it up. And if anybody's interested in being a corner marshal, hit me up on socials. I get you in the right direction, and we will see you at the track. Big shout out to BTR. Everybody knows I'm a huge fan of Build Train Race. I can't wait to go to VIR. I'm gonna be a VIP guest. I get to hang out with everybody. It's going to be a proper mega time, as I always say. Big shout out to KYT Helmets, K-Tech Suspension, Ghetto Customs for anybody who needs body work. Chris Parrish makes the best body work in the business. Big shout out to Drip and Wet Graphics, REB Graphics, and GRG Graphics. You're not going to go wrong by ordering from any one of my friends there. Which ones might suit your style one way or the other, but do yourself a favor, stay in the industry, buy in the industry. Like Aliki said, it's very important. Big shout out to Woodcraft, Mark 10 Motorsports, Free Hug Racing, Nicole Polyets Photography, Stick Boy Racing, Adrenaline Engineering, Pit Lane Moto, TBEX Experience.org, and CW Moto. Speaking of TBX, real quick, if you have any friends or you yourself ever been unfortunate and been in an accident, maybe be paralyzed from the waist down or missing a leg or arm, you never think you can ride again, go to TBX Experience.org, sign up, get out there and get riding again. It can absolutely happen. Many people out there are doing it. Cora, big shout out to Cora. I mean, I got so many friends out there that is with this program. They're absolutely amazing. Matter of fact, my buddy Easy Davis, big shout out to him. He's racing for me in Moto America in the 1000 Cup class. So when you go to the next Moto America event, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Mid Ohio's coming up next. If you're out there at Mid Ohio, please stop by, say hi, get a picture, get that autograph. Same thing at BTR. They love it. They eat it up, and you're giving back to the sport. And if they have any hats and t-shirts for sale, do yourself a favor and purchase one. It helps them out and provides money to help get back to the next track, and it's expensive. So yeah, well, that's all I got to say. Aliki, the floor is all yours, my friend.
Man, I gotta get some of that info off you.
I got you 110%.
Yeah. So Racer 411 does have an Instagram. We don't have our own website or anything like that, but gomotoracing.com has their website. Racer 411's Instagram is racer411_race CRA. And go ahead and, if anybody wants to communicate with me there, that's I run that on the Instagrams. And I wanted to do a really big shout out to Tippin Racing. Tippin Racing has done so much for Racer 411, for my racing program. I have two sets of sponsors here. I'm just going to bring them all together, but these are the Racer 411 sponsors and my personal racing sponsors too. I love Antley. He's just probably the most supportive person I've ever met in my life. And he deals with my crap, which is pretty cool. Big shout out to Venom Sport for funding my racing. Thank you very much, Venom. Dave Moss Tuning, he was there at the last race, and he totally changed my game for racing. And he's really supporting the CRA paddock, and he's sponsoring the Racer 411 people as well. So he's been super helpful. We love Dave. Lieto Factory, Irina, she's the one who made the Racer 411 stickers and donated them. And I do believe she's making us some more because we have run out and we need to send a lot. She made so many orders. Lieto Factory, she does wraps, stickers, designs, all sorts of things, but her motorcycle wraps are amazing. We love you so much. Thank you so much for being so generous. Race CRA, Gigi and LGB have been so supportive of us. They're total yes people. Like when we come up with an idea, they're like, yep, we support you. What do you need? And that's just so amazing. Not to hit any snags there. Motorrad House, Dunlop Tires. We all transitioned over to the Dunlops and they've been absolutely great. Ivan from Motorrad House is also a very supportive person, very experienced person. So feel free if you ever see him in the paddock to say hi or ask him any questions. He knows he's very knowledgeable. Tech Spec Tank Grips has donated to Racer 411. Dean's an amazing guy, another business that we hope that you would support. Some of the other sponsors for Racer 411 that have been giving prizes away. We have Motion Pro. We have Law Tigers with $100 gift certificates. Law Tigers, thank you so much. You're so supportive. That's so great. Ty Rocks Official with their Snapchats. Snapchat Jack.
I was waiting for that Snapchat, baby. Let's go.
Snapchat. Jack of Snaps. And Mythos, my leathers, they did keep me safe in my last race, my last crash. So thank you very much to Mythos. Let's Ride Track Days. It's a personal thank you because Donna from Let's Ride Track Days she's pretty cool and she really supports the ladies of CRA and sponsors that. So I do get cash payouts every once in a while when I race. So thanks to Let's Ride. Also, Vortex, Woodcraft, Blood Lubricants, Rhino Power, Galfer, Driven, the S Shop. Thanks so much for helping us with our Brembo brakes for Racer 411. Apex Assassins for working with us to do track walks and conduct certain things on our race CRA days, as well as fun track days. They help as well. That's the main list for Racer 411 right there. Thank you to all of them because they are what allow us to give back to the paddock. So that's all I have to say.
I love it. I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. So yeah. Oh, one more. I can't believe this is the first time I'm gonna say this, but big shout out to AGV Sports Group. Yeah, thank you guys so much. More news coming on that, but you guys see the suits. A big shout out to Aiden Theo. He did an amazing job over there in Thailand racing. So if you guys missed that, go to his website, go to his social medias. You guys can see all the videos and the pictures and the videos he did was absolutely amazing. I wish I could do videos like that. I just do it with my iPhone right here. So one day, right? One day I have anyway. But yeah, Aliki, listen, this has been a proper mega time. It's been an absolute honor to be able to sit down with you again. And yeah, can't wait for many more to come and looking forward to our next one.
I had a blast. Thank you so much.
Good.
That was good. I always like to vent that shit out.
Yeah,
so
no, me too.
But-
Me too. But anyway, listen, MotoGP's this weekend. If you guys haven't tuned in, I watched the press conference earlier today. I'm glad to see my man Jorge Martin back after his injury and all the BS that's been going on with he's leaving the pro, he's staying with the pro, all that stuff, right? So yeah, it's a whole nother thing. I'm just glad racing's back. Moto America Mid Ohio is coming up, and yeah, hope to see everybody at VIR in a couple weeks' time, and then I'll be at the Precision Track Day. Excuse me, the weekend after that. I'll be out there doing my thing, and yeah, can't wait to see everybody again. And on that note, we are out of here. Leaky, is there anything you want to say before I end this?
I'm just gonna do one of those like ending songs for you because you don't have one right now.
No, I don't.
In the Gas Podcast. Vroom.
I love it. And on that note, we are out of here. That was awesome. That was absolutely amazing.